Okie dokie. We are off and running.
Finally.
Right. Sorry about that. I don't know. Madeline. I'm just going to blame her. I'm going to blame my 15-year-olds.
Perfect.
Our 60-year-old mother, 65-year-old mother. It's them. Obviously, they did something to it.
Perfect.
Okay. So we wanted to talk about Facebook ads and brand ambassador. And now that sign language thing is interesting also.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to keep this. That was weird. I think I'm going to keep the social media teaser post. I think I'm just going to do it like consulting. Let's see what happens if anybody bites.
Okay. Oh, wait. Which one's that? That's not until the 28th?
Yeah, it's the end of the month. That's fine. Just trying to think about what that image is going to be of like the three.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about what that's going to look like. So that's all.
Yeah. I mean, do we want it to be like a word that's cut up into 3 pieces?
I don't know. I thought about that. Then I also thought about taking the Etsy listings and like making one big one of those 3 that we have about the content calendar and the reels and the hashtag, and like kind of putting that into like one banner image and then chopping that up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I made a Facebook header and then cut that into thirds, that would work.
I don't know logistically how that would work in Canva, but I mean, conceptually, yes.
I guess we'll find out. Well, I know what I would do. I would put the header into the picture and then I would just chop it into thirds.
Oh, well, I guess you could
drag it.
Yeah, you could create the header, save it as a PNG, right? And then re-upload it.
Yeah.
And then drag it into the frame.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would chop it into thirds. I would just crop it, you know what I mean? And cut it into thirds and do all that. So just thinking about that. Which would be cool. All right. So what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about brand ambassadors first?
Sure.
Okay.
So I put a couple of thoughts down on paper on the Google Drive.
Here, I'll make you the host or co-host so that way you can show. And then I added a couple things to it. I saw it in the Google Drive.
Okay.
Your glasses look good.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I just kind of jotted down some stuff that had been circulating in my brain and figured let's just get it on paper. So obviously, like I don't really want to pay them in any sort of way. Like I don't want to make them like affiliates. I just was thinking we would just give them a discount on our products, and in return, they do things for us, right?
Right. I don't think we have actually the revenue to be able to pay them, right? Like that's kind of where we are.
Well, I think they would get paid on their sales, right? Like they would get like 10% of every sale they bring in, right? They wouldn't get paid outright. It'd be like how we are on this brilliant bungalow bundle. Like so they are gonna
have affiliate links.
No.
How will we know? Okay, so let me ask you this. How will we know, say I'm a brand ambassador. How will we know that the sales attributed to me and not just to our newly Google searched item? That's just
why do we care?
I thought
you're not paying them per sale.
I thought you said you were paying them. They're 100%.
No. Okay, rewind.
Okay.
I said I don't want to do an ambassador program, like a affiliate program where they have their own affiliate link and they make a percentage of the sales.
Yes, I heard that part.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you said, well, we don't have enough money to pay them. And then my counterpoint was, well, we wouldn't be paying them out of our pocket. We'd be paying them out of the sales if we were to run an affiliate program.
Oh, right? I didn't hear the if part. Okay.
So I just think at this point, I'd rather start with a brand rep program. And then maybe if we have super awesome brand reps, then we turn them into affiliates, you know, but I think we start at brand rep and just see how it goes. So my initial thought was like 25% discount. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that's great.
Okay. And then I just really threw some numbers out. So 5 times a month, they have to share some of our products. And I don't want them to share like stock photos. Like I want it to be lifestyle. Like it can be like a flat lay, that's fine. But I don't want them to just like share our Etsy listing picture, you know?
Right. Right. It has to be obviously in their home or with their kids or with their friends
Yeah,
or whatever,
like part
right?
of their life. Yeah, exactly. And maybe we should.
Right.
Um, and then I figured stories. I really didn't know what number to put here, so I just said 3 times, but it could be more. The only thing is, I don't know how we're going to track this unless we make them tag us in everything. And the more that we make them do, the more we have to keep track of, right? Like, did they do 3 stories? Did they do 12 stories? Like, did they do the minimum? Like, it's just a lot to, it's something else for us to monitor, right?
Maybe we just say so many postings per month and then they decide if they want them to be feed or story. Do we care?
I don't care.
So maybe we just say you need to post, what is that, 8 times a month?
I mean,
Comment.
the only thing is feed posts are there forever, right? Like if somebody
Mm,
goes to our brand ambassador's profile and looks, then just like stalks their feed, then they would see the post about our products, right? But if they do a story, the story disappears in 24 hours unless they make it a highlight, which how many people go back and look at highlights? Probably
yeah.
not as common. So we might want to dictate a certain number of feed posts.
Mm. Okay. That's fine. I'm good with 5 and 3. I mean, we don't know until we do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. Like, we're not going to know until we do it. And if you have 3 people who are doing 5 and 3, that's actually a lot,
Yeah.
right? Because that's 15 and 9 in a month.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. And I don't know that I care about videos versus pictures. I mean, obviously, I would probably prefer videos because that's the hot thing, right? But I mean, I don't know that I really care.
I, yeah, I don't care. I highlighted that part. I, yeah, I just was responding to your thoughts, like with mine. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't care. 5 and 3 is fine with me. So yeah, that sounds good.
Do we want them to use a hashtag or anything?
Yeah, I want them to do the hashtag learn with 2 paper sisters. Because then that'll be the same with our um, shop highlight, right? Aren't we using that one for our shop highlight also?
Mhm. Yep.
And then
Okay.
it's all the same.
Okay. And then my thought was some of the people that I've seen that are brand reps get a discount code for their followers, right? Like 10% off in the shop, use this code. I didn't know if we wanted to do that or not. I'm kind of ambivalent on it. I like your suggestion. Maybe that's something that they get after 6 months.
Right, like maybe they need to, or yeah, like maybe we need to go through at least 3 months. I like this 3 months trial and we renew every 3 months.
Okay.
Because that way, then if it's not a good marriage, it's easy just to be like, okay, we're done, right? And you just pull it back. Here's my question though. Is every brand ambassador going to get a different code, discount code? Because if we give all of them the same one and let's say like somebody doesn't work out, then we have to give all new codes to everyone.
My thought was everybody would get their own code and it would be basically the same, but it would maybe have their like handle in it, their Instagram tag or something in it.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Here's the other thing. So I was talking to the girl. What'd she say? She asked me this question about it. Um, Oh, I see. Here we go. It says, will you be allowing her to give a code of even 5% so you know what purchases are from her shout out? Or how are you tracking that?
What is this?
When I was talking to this girl today about the bundle, like when she bought the bundle, we were also talking about the brand ambassador because she does this influencer program. And so I was asking her about like, how does that work for her? And then she shared with me this other girl who's got like 16,000 followers, right? And she's like, her life is influencing. And then she said, would you give the ambassador a code of even 5%? So that way you know what purchases are from her shout out. Like, so if I'm the ambassador, that this goes back to your point here with the code, discount code to track that.
That's a good point. I mean, if we really want to see how effective our ambassador program is, then they should get a discount code because it would be really the only way to track that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I see, like if let's say that we're ambassadors for ourselves and our code was like 2PS 10%, right? So when people go to our Etsy shop and buy something, they put in 2PS 10%, then we would see on our Etsy dashboard the listing of how many times that coupon code was used. And we would see, oh, well, Two Paper Sisters brought in 50 sales. Maybe we should renew them.
Right.
So that is a good point. I mean, if we care to see how many sales are coming in from the ambassadors.
I also wonder if that would encourage people to buy it also, right? Because they're getting 5% off.
Yeah. Maybe they start at a 5% discount and then maybe they can like bump up. Like after a certain amount of time being a brand rep, if they're bringing in X amount of whatever for us, maybe we give them a higher discount code or a steeper discount on the products for themselves.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense, right? Like they would get 5% off for their followers, but they can earn to have more off of their own purchases.
Yeah, like maybe it's a sliding thing up to 30%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm.
So do you want to do a 5% code or a 10% code?
I don't know. I think, I don't know.
I mean, the only thing is like our products aren't super pricey. So like 5%, think about, let's say they buy a piece of wall art. It's $8.
Yeah,
10% is 80 cents. 5% is 40 cents.
Maybe we don't do this part yet. I don't know.
I mean, whatever. Maybe we do a 5%. I mean, if they're buying a ton of stuff, it will eventually add up, right? Or if they're buying like the Elf on the Shelf kit, that was $16.95, right? So 10% is $1.60 and 5% is 80 cents. Makes it 16 bucks even, basically.
Right, but that sounds like nothing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who cares about 80 cents?
But people feel like they're getting a deal because they are, it's like exclusive, right?
It's true. I mean, I guess we could just go back through and just bump up all the prices.
Well, I mean, we could do that too, I guess.
Right.
But I think our prices are pretty accurate because of we're getting sales, right?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they're out of line. Sure, let's give them 10%. I mean, the only thing it's costing us really is time. As long as we're making more than 20 cents a listing, we're good.
Right, exactly. And so that means that our minimum product is like $1, right?
Right. So, I mean, the good thing about this ambassador thing would be when we do the activity bundle. That's when it would be really helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, so we'll do a 3-month term.
Mm-hmm.
That works, but with the caveat like that we could boot them at any time.
Oh, we can boot them. Yeah, yeah. We don't have to wait for 3 months, right?
Yeah. Yeah, which would basically be like if they, I mean, although to be honest, let's be real here. If they bought like 30 things from our shop
Right.
and never post about it, we still made 30 sales.
I mean, right. That is true. But I think that's nice that we can just put that in there, right? Like just because they can be doesn't mean they will be, right?
Right.
So any ambassadors who are now watching this that are interested, here's the key. Just buy the items.
As long as you buy at least 30 things a month, you won't be booted.
You'll be good. You'll be fine. We have a lot more creating to do, so don't worry about that. Sign language cards are in the works.
That's a good point. That means we need to be constantly churning out content. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So I think it's great. I like the idea of doing the mom follow loops, right? I think those are great.
One I think is fine, don't you? Like we did the one, that's how we got into this homeschool circle.
Oh, is that what launched us in here?
Mm-hmm. That EFYS, whatever. That's why we're involved with the UK.
I had to Google what that was, by the way.
I have no idea. I don't even know. When they talk about EF learning, I'm like, it must be some UK thing, whatever.
It is. It's a British thing. It's like early formative years.
Yeah. I mean, I figured by the pictures of little children and the EF1 that it has something to do with like elementary school. So I was like, context clues. Yeah. So there's that like follow a mummy because we're apparently in the British group, but there's like that follow a mummy Sunday, like, you know what I mean? That pops up every so often. I'm sure we could find an American one.
I'm sure we probably could, but you can get on some really deep rabbit holes on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was looking at somebody today who draws like these super cute, like little Japanese cats.
Okay.
And
shop highlight.
And she, like all of the people who commented on hers also drew really cute Japanese cats.
See, that's why I don't think the sewing loop is going to be that hard to do. That sewing bundle is going to, I actually Googled in Etsy. I went in Etsy and I went, sewing patterns. There was a shit ton.
Well, I'm sure there are.
A shit ton. And then I put in crocheting, shit ton, knitting, shit ton. They even had like for kids. I was like, perfect.
That's true. So I think that's a good point. Like we could do follow loop. We could reach out on Etsy, right? Like that one random person who reached out to us on Etsy.
Who reached out to, like that stalker weirdo?
This guy?
Yeah. Who obviously doesn't even meet requirement number 1 of having a strong grasp of the English language. I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. He doesn't even have the Queen's English down, let alone ours. So I was like, no.
Did you see we also got an invitation from Tom on Instagram?
No, who's that? Who's Tom?
He runs one of those like I'll share your post for
money,
probably. And so I looked at his feed and
I didn't see this.
What?
About Jen Buckner, sent her daughter the submissions for the pictures for the ebook.
Yeah, I replied.
I know, I see that now.
Maybe just edit this part of the video.
Yes, I will. Yep. Always. That is the best thing about this is editing.
Okay.
Oh, finished 2 pictures and one of a cyclops.
Yes. Hello to 5 minutes ago.
So, okay, well, you know what? Okay, I was looking for the dude. I don't see him.
No, he sent us an email.
Oh.
Tom, somebody or other, he sent us an email and he was like, your feed's so great.
We've been working really hard on it, asshole. Like, yeah, it is great.
And so I went to his Instagram profile whatever. And it's like a bunch of other shops that he's like shared their pictures or whatever and tagged them, but there's no text. Like it's just a picture.
I wonder how much that is.
And I was like, I feel like you should put in there like something about, maybe that's part of the mystery. People get so intrigued that they click on the tag.
Maybe he actually has it figured out and we are making it too difficult. Is it at gallery?
I'm refocusing now. So
Okay.
back to
I'm
brand
also refocused.
So we'll do the follow loop. We could reach out to people directly on Etsy. We can also DM.
Why would we reach out to people on Etsy?
Like you were saying that when you Googled like sewing patterns.
Oh, I was talking about for the shop highlight. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. But I don't know if that would really work for the brand rep.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That wouldn't really work for the brand rep.
But it would for the shop highlight.
Yeah. But then I was also thinking like, should we have like a picture in our feed that's like brand rep search?
Yeah. I definitely think so.
That's
what I was asking when you want to launch it. Yeah, I think so because we could do that every like couple of months, right?
Yeah, like once every, like we could every other month, we could be like, our brand rep program has openings.
Right, exactly. Like for a limited time, brand rep program has a limited meaning unlimited, but
we could make like
just like join our email list because all of these people have already gotten this freebie.
Right, exactly. And that worked because we got 3 new signups onto our email list.
See?
I'm like really double the size of our email list.
300%. I'm actually really excited. I have ideas of how to use the bookmark and gift tags for my lifestyle shoot next week. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
So we can do the brand rep.
Do you want to do that image for that?
Yeah, I'll put that together. I don't know when I want to launch it, like in January.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we have a lot happening this month.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Like my thought was that I would just make like a jot form or something.
Sure.
For people to sign up, like if they're interested, like where they would just give us like their Instagram information.
Yeah. I'm going to start putting on all of the, I know what it was. I'm going to start putting in all the Etsy messages like, thanks so much for purchasing. We're searching for brand ambassadors. Please tag us so that way we can see your feed and reach out.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Cause some of the other brand ambassador, like brand reps, like I've seen it most often with like clothing companies, like people who want like their kids to rep for small business clothing. They have like their image and they're like, if you're interested in being a brand rep, comment below, but also put this image on your feed and tag us.
Well, that makes sense because that way then they can, it grows your audience, right?
Right. So maybe we do the same thing instead of doing a jot form. Maybe I just have them do the image.
Yeah.
And tag us.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Kind of like what for the follow loop. It's the same idea for the follow loop, right?
Yeah. Plus hashtag. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Learn with Two Paper Sisters, we should just keep that. I think that's a really good one.
Yeah.
And then maybe we, yeah, whatever, you'll figure all that out. That sounds good.
Yeah, like maybe we just do it like at the beginning of January, like January 2nd. We just launch it and then we would say that we're announcing the brand reps on our anniversary, January 15th.
What if we don't have any by then? But we'll have one. We have the girl that I used to teach who was my babysitter and I taught, she's my babysitter and now she has her own children. So that's fine. We have one. And actually I could ask my friend, that girl Natalie, who has her little daughter Reese, I think is how you say her name, and Nat, who just joined the email list. We could ask the email people. We could email the email people and see if they would want to do it.
Yeah. Do we care? Like, do we have a minimum number of purchases that they need to make each month?
Not at this time.
Yeah. So they just, I mean, they could just like buy one product and share it like 15 times.
Fine. It takes
right, like we don't care
to see something before they want to purchase it anyway. So great. I don't care about that.
Okay, I don't care about that either. I just wanted to make sure that we.
And I don't care about number of followers. Like,
I don't care.
I don't care about that. Like, I mean, I'd like you to have more than one, but I honestly, if that one person's going to buy from you, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. It's not like we're losing any money, you know?
Right. Right. Like, right. Exactly.
It'd be different if we were paying them like $50 a month, you know?
Right.
Okay. I'll think about the content calendar. Actually, I had it up. I might just make a note.
Oh, you can see our new January 21.
Beautiful. I like this blue.
I do too, actually. It's very pretty.
Maybe I'll do it.
You know what? You should put it on the 15th. That's our birthday. It's our 1-year birthday here. The 15th. Do we want to try to go away this weekend? That weekend?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or something like that. Or Monday is the holiday.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's think about it. Okay. Since you're on the calendar, okay, let's go back to December real quick. Are we done with brand ambassador?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So on